Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Arda and today we are going to have an in-depth conversation about the ELT curriculum or English language teaching curriculum. So these aren't just surface level answer. I've dived deep into my materials to bring you insights and examples you might not have heard before. So grab a coffee, relax, and let's jump in. And anyway, this is part of my final semester project and I will be taking 10 selected questions from the ELT curriculum with a fresh perspective. Let's make it engaging and feel free to imagine we're having a friendly chat. Question number 1. How can technology foster collaboration and communication in ELT curriculum? Okay, let's talk about technology. We know in Indonesia, platforms like Google Classroom and Zoom are widely used. But have you ever thought about tools like Padlet and Flipgrid? With Padlet, students can brainstorm ideas together. And Flipgrid allows them to record and share videos responses. For example, if you are teaching narrative text, students can collaborate on a Padlet board to outline their ideas. Then, record their stories on Flipgrid to practice speaking. So, these tools don't just help students communicate, they also teach them teamwork in a real-world context. Plus, using technology in this way support the effective learning principle and emphasize in curriculum Merdeka. Okay, let's move into the question number 2. What strategies can teachers use to ensure technology is used effectively rather than as a distraction? Okay, technology is like fire. It can cook your food or burn your house down. To use it wisely, teachers need to integrate it into their lesson with clear purposes. In Indonesia, as we know, tools like Quizzes, ClassPoint are great because they make lesson interactive while keeping students engaged. For example, if you're teaching grammar, you could use Quizzes or quizzes for quick and competitive quizzes that feel like a game. And at the same time, set boundaries like turning off notification during class. And if students feel involved in the activity, they are less likely to get distracted. It is all about making technology meaningful part of the lesson. Question number 3. How can Curriculum Merdeka's emphasis on learner autonomy be enhanced through digital tools? Well, Curriculum Merdeka is all about empowering students, and digital tools can really bring that to life. Think of platforms like Genius and Edmodo. They provide students with resources they can access anytime, allowing them to learn at their own pace. But here's something less obvious. Gamified apps like Linga Kids for younger learner or Duolingo for older students. These tools let students track their progress and earn rewards, which keeps them motivated. And combine this with teacher's guidance, and you have got a perfect balance of autonomy and support. Question number 4. What ethical consideration must teachers keep in mind when using online platforms for assessment. Okay, when using online platforms, ethics should be at the forefront. For example, using Google Form is great for quizzes, but make sure to adjust the settings to protect student privacy. And what about the equity? Not all students in Indonesia have stable internet through laptops, so consider designing assessments that are mobile friendly or offering paper-based alternatives. And yeah, the transparency is also key. So let students know how their responses will be used and graded. So being thoughtful about these factors, and we can create a fair and inclusive learning environment. Question number 5. How can curriculum evaluation help improve learner outcomes in ELT? Well, evaluating a curriculum is not just about ticking boxes. It's about understanding what really works for your student. For example, we can use feedback forms or quick polls during lessons to see which activities they enjoy or struggle with. If students say they find listening tasks hard, we could incorporate more audiovisual materials like podcasts or short films. Regularly reviewing and adjusting our approach not only improve learner outcomes, but also align with the flexibility emphasized in like modern ELT practice. Okay, the next is question number 6. What are the potential risks of over-adapting a curriculum? Well, over-adapting a curriculum is like tweaking a recipe too much. It might not taste the same. If teachers overdo, they risk losing sight of the curriculum's core objectives. For example, replacing every structured activity with creative project, and it might be fun, but it could leave gaps in essential skills like grammar or even vocabulary. And to avoid this, focus on small, like meaningful adaptation that enhance the curriculum without compromising its structure. The question number 7 is, how can teacher balance standardization and flexibility when adapting curricula? Well, balancing these two elements is like walking tightrope. It takes skills, standardize goals, ensure fairness and consistency, while flexibility allows teacher to cater to individual needs. For example, in a standardized syllabus on writing, teacher can add flexible elements like peer reviews or creative essays. With this way, students learn the core skills, but have the freedom to express themselves in unique ways. The tools like Canva can help create engaging materials that still align with standardized objectives. The next is question number 8. In what way can learner feedback be effectively incorporated into curriculum evaluation? As you know, feedback is good, but only if you see it. Tools like Padlet or Mentimeter make it easy to collect anonymous feedback. For example, ask students what they think about a new activity or which part of the lessons they found unclear. and then use their input to tweak our approach, maybe by simplifying instruction or adding more visuals. And when students see their feedback being acted, so it boosts their engagement and trust in the learning process. Okay, the question number 9. Why is intercultural competence important in language learning? Well, language learning isn't just about mastering grammar. It's about understanding people. Yeah, and understanding people. In Indonesia, incorporating local traditions like comparing batik patterns or discussing Indonesian proverbs can make lessons more relatable while teaching global perspective. Activities like role-playing or virtual exchange with students from the other countries also have built empathy and cultural awareness. By fostering intercultural competence, we are preparing students for a world where understanding diversity is the key. The last question is how can teachers address cultural stereotypes in ELT materials? Well, cultural stereotypes in materials can be subtle but harmful. Teachers need to review textbooks critically and supplement them with diverse examples. For instance, if a textbook only shows Western lifestyle, add examples from Indonesian culture, like Indonesian or traditional dance or food. And with open discussion about stereotypes can also encourage students to think critically and challenge biases. And by doing this, we can create a classroom environment that's inclusive and thought-provoking. Alright, let's take a step back and reflect on what we've covered. We start by exploring how technology can foster collaboration and communication in ELT classrooms, using tools like Google Classroom and Padlet to bridge gaps and build teamwork. Then we delved into strategies to make technology effective without becoming a distraction, because let's face it, we have all seen how easily screens can pull focus. From here, we walked about Curriculum America's emphasis on learner autonomy and how digital tools like Genius and gamified apps empower students to take charge of their learning. We touched on attitude, making sure assessments are fair, private, and inclusive, and evaluation come next, with its vital role in improving learner outcomes by adapting based on what works and what doesn't. We also discussed the risk of over-adapting a curriculum, balancing standardization with flexibility, and the goal time of learner feedback, all tools to ensure that the teaching process remains dynamic yet structured. And of course, we tackled the importance of intercultural competence, reminding us that language learning isn't just about words, it's about understanding people. Lastly, we talk about breaking cultural stereotypes, creating a classroom where every student feels represented and valued. So, what does all this mean for us as educators, learners, or even just curious mind? It means that teaching is a journey of constant improvement, creativity, connection. By embracing technology thoughtfully, prioritizing inclusivity, and listening to the voices of our learners, we can create an ELT environment that's not just effective but also inspiring. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your time and your attention mean a lot. If you found this insightful, don't forget to like, leave a comment with your thoughts, or share this with someone you might benefit. And of course, hit subscribe so you won't miss out on future sessions. Take care, and until next time, keep learning and growing. Bye for now.